Right, what's up guys? I'm going to do a comparison here. I'm in my third week of this peaking block. This is actually one of two peaking blocks. I'm using this end of next week, and then the following week after that will be the start of that 4-week block, which will run me into the competition. Which again is April 29th. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you guys, well, what I'm doing today is I'm going in for my Monday session. That's heavy squats and heavy bench press, and I'm going to show you guys some of the progressions I've made from week 1 till today's session. You'll see this, and I'll probably upload this video today. But anyway, the first squat session was 265 kilo. That was for my single at around 8 RPE. Now remember, the first week 265 felt terrible, was not happy with it at all, so I walked away from that, did the volume after, which was very hard, just 5x5 with 220, but because I was just going back to volume, it was my first week doing so, it just was harder than it should have been, and it affected me for the week because of the muscle soreness that stuck around for a few days. Followed that up with doubles on bench press. Now worked up to 205 kilo at about a 9 RPE, which moved pretty well. I was very happy with that, considering my last peak on triples was 200 kilos, so I sort of knew that was roughly where that would have lay for doubles. The next week, so the same session again, we're just going to compare this single session. The next week was 272 kilo for the single at around 8 RPE. Now in my opinion, that moved even better than the week before. The week before was 265, so again more weight on the bar and it's moving even better, which is a really positive sign. And then the volume work, which moved even faster, and I felt like I was in a lot better positions throughout the 5 sets. And on the last set as well, I actually increased the weight to 500 pounds instead of 485. So that was really good. So today's goal is actually to have all of the sets a bit heavier and actually do 6 sets of 5, not just 5x5, which is the requirement. But I knew that I just had to work my way into the 6x5. It's probably not something you should prescribe straight away or do straight away if you haven't come off any sort of base volume. Just to give you guys a reference, I was only doing sets of 3 for maybe 4 to 5 sets. So you're instantly doubling the amount of volume you're actually doing, and reps do play a big factor. It's not just the weight that's on the bar that's going to cause the muscle soreness, and that essentially is going to ruin your training. If you've got sore type muscles, you're not going to want to train very hard. So I remember even the first week I had to miss one of my high bar sessions, so I'm sure that won't be happening this week. Anyway, so that same session, so 272 moved really well again. Squats went great. Moved on to bench, moved 180, 190, 200, both for doubles, all moving very quick. Went to 210 for a double, but unfortunately missed the second rep, so probably just overshot it there a little bit, and I probably should have just been a little bit smarter and just kept the weight back a bit. Maybe done 205 again and just made it a little bit faster, or maybe just gone to 207 for a double and sort of kept the RPE pretty similar. But lesson learned, I know that today is the goal is to just really nail that 9 RPE for the top double. So I'm going to try and hit somewhere around 205 to 207 again. But again, I just really want to make sure they're competition specific. Pauses are good. I won't get calls or anything. I don't really like to do that just in the gym unless I'm doing a heavy single like the week before, like do my openers or something. But yeah, that's the goal for bench today. But squats, I'm really frustrated with. I'm not happy just going in and squatting 272 for a single at around 8. I really want to start to push that up. I know that towards the end of, actually at the start of this year, one of my sessions out of nowhere, I was always squatting around 270 to 275, and I went in and nailed 285 at around 8.5 RPE. So I really just want to get focused today, get in the zone and get that done. So that's the main goal for today, and then just have a really good volume session. You might notice I was back in heels last week, even for my low bar competition style squats, and that's just because I was finding that I'm just got a little bit limited in my mobility. I don't know whether it's my ankles or just my hips and knees in general, just a little bit banged up. But I'm just not feeling good in the flats the last couple of weeks. And I wanted to have a good squat session last week, so I put the heels on, and I was really happy I did do that. So again, I'm going to stick with that today. I'm feeling pretty good today. A little bit blocked up through the nose, but that's nothing major. I want to down some pre-workout, head to the gym, and just get focused and just bang out a big squat, because I need to keep pushing it. I need to get into that 300 kilo zone. So if I'm not doing that, I'm not going to be able to build the total I want. Let's have a look. Just going to finish this up with a bit of commentary just while we work up to some of the heavy stuff. I just want to talk about training in general. I made a post on my Facebook the other day just about a couple of points, a couple of key points when it comes to training. I was having a good chat to my friend JP about this, and you guys should check out his channel. I'll put that in the description below. He's had a couple of good videos recently. I'm just talking about training in general, longevity, and just the differences we're seeing now with athletes coming into the sport and athletes that have been around for a while. And a couple of the key points I made was, just starting or enjoying your training, just from an aspect of longevity, because a lot of people coming in these days are, that is coming in, bash themselves to the ground. They'll get some good results, but then they won't be enjoying themselves in the gym. And if they're not the best or they're not as good as they want to be at that point, you'll quite often see them leave the sport and not progress to some of the potential that they may have had. And that's something I'm just seeing at the moment. And one thing I'm really trying to do is just have a bit more fun in my training. I've been lifting now for at least 10 years, so things do get really repetitive, and chasing that next PB is always the goal. But I want to be able to have fun and stay motivated while I am doing that. And it has been a bit of a good change, I guess, doing some RPE stuff. It can really change, how each week looks. But then again, it can also be hard just to get in that mindset of, how do I want to approach the session? How aggressive do I want to be? So it has been really different, but those are just some of the things that I really need to work on. Just making sure I'm having fun in training. And also just believing in what you're doing. Obviously, recently I've been going through a big change, going from linear periodization with JP over to Mike Teixeira, which is all RPE based. So it has been a big change in my training style and the way I do approach heavier lifts, and doing more singles and things of that nature. And there's definitely some things I enjoy about both aspects of it. I am writing an article on RPE versus linear progression, so you guys should sign up to my strength book, and that'll be released at the start of the month. So it's Tuesday right now. I'm just about to head to do some deadlifts. Haven't shown you guys much of that. This is the third week, obviously, like I've said. Today's goal is just to hit some good deadlifts that I actually feel good about. First 2 weeks have been garbage. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I'm just going to leave it with some raw clips from today's deadlift session. Let's hope we can get some good movement going. See you guys in the next video. So this was today's session when I'm uploading this video, so I'm just finishing off with some heavier doubles on the deadlift. Worked up to 285 kilo. These have range between 285 to 292, which was my week 1 double. So I just really want to build some confidence in the deadlift again. And again, this is very different to the way I would usually deadlift. I really like the linear style and actually deadlifting a lot lighter throughout certain cycles. But just making that change and just seeing what I can do. See you guys in the next video.